Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the All-Stars taking on the All-Stars. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, if the first three games are any indication, this has the look of a series that'll go all the way to Game 7, Boog. I think this is a classic matchup, and we've seen momentum change course a few times already. But I'll tell you what, I think whoever takes this one will be feeling really good about their chances the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen it before. Even when you're down 2-1, it seems like a win in Game 4 can propel you to a series win more often than not. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And towing the slab in this one, number 11. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Okay, all set to go. And stepping in is the speedy Bryce Turang. Fastball for a strike. And that's how Game 4 gets underway. And that one fouled off. Out towards right center field. Lee sizing this one up. And there's one away. Let's take a look at our lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Bobby Witt Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Throw over to first, and he's back in safely. Packed house here at Daikin Park. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Witt stands at first with 1 out. Chop to the left side. Kim. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Pete Alonso.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Pete Alonso. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. And that is out of play. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Outside low. Going to count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll do it.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here in Houston, and on the hill, Logan Webb. What do you have on him?
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Jason Dominguez, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Just off the outside edge, and the count is 2-0. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And he grounds one back up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here's the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. First pitch misses. Nobody out, runner at first. In there at the knees for a strike. Clips the corner, and it's 1-2.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. And over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
And he chases that one. And one out now.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
Kyle Stowers digs in now. Squirts away a little bit. In there safely. Dominguez into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Center field, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Berg. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Man at first, one away. That one outside. And the count 1-2. That one missing inside. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
So 2 down now, and here is Kang. Fastball gets the corner at the knees. Stowers off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. In plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. Fourth game of the ALCS. And now here is Gunnar Henderson. Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special. That one finds the corner, and the count even at 1.
There really is a different feel to the postseason. I only got 5 games of postseason action in my playing career, but I treasured each of them.
And a foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the out.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Tying run and scoring position here at the top of the second. Next pitch is outside.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
That one ripped, and that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 1-1.
Back-to-back singles. Nice line drive to pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
At the plate, Pete Crow Armstrong. And that is downstairs. Ball 1. Crow Armstrong, 22 years old. A former first-round pick in 2020. Tied up here in the early going. And now 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Good hitters count the 2-0. Foul ball there. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He'll circle the bases. His second home run of the series, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-1.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. high fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to. But he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
Here's Alex Bregman. And first offering is fouled off.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Next offering is down low. Swing and a ball line to center. Makes the catch for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now batting, Mike Trout. And that one hit to first. He is safe, and he beats the throw by a whisker.
You gotta love his hustle down the line to beat the flip to the bag. I mean, there's a lot going on between a first baseman and the pitcher during these plays, and he just kept his head down and beat it out.
This is Bryce Turang, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And that drops in for a strike. Ripped into right center. Base hit. Trout around second on his way to third. Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only one out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Two on, one out. Bobby Witt Jr. will hit next. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. Trout at third, Turang at first, one gone. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
I got a ball, one strike.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Still only one out here in the inning. Good job to fight that one off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swung on and fouled off. And he'll need a new bat.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
He goes down looking.
Absolutely dotted the edge of the zone right there. That was a tough battle, man. So to make a really quality pitch and just catch him looking like that, it's got to feel good out there on the mound. That was a fun at bat to watch.
Aaron Judge at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Judge rips that one. Lee settles under it. He makes the grab, and that is that. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. Bottom of the second. And here's the rookie catcher, Choi.
Number 13.
That pitch gets the inside corner. Strike one.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Now 1-1. This to third, Bregman. And quickly one away in the second.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman at the plate. On the ground to the left. Zips it across, and they get Edman for the out.
Batting 8th, the shortstop, number 14.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop. Line to left, and that's down. A base hit, and that keeps the inning going. So up next, Kim.
Third baseman, number 12.
And that's outside. 1-0. The pitch. That one hit the knees for a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Outside low, and it's 2-1. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. And that is that. All set for the start of the inning. Here's a big power threat. Pete Alonso.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these guys doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
That's ball 2.
Pitch misses, and now it's 3-2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson getting ready to hit. A single and a run scored and a walk. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. 1 out, base is empty. That's in there. 0-2 now.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
One down, base is empty. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Brings it in for the 3rd out. Back here in Houston, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Jason Dominguez. Webb back to work. Just missed.
Outside.
That finds the mark on the inside corner. Outside low. It's 2-2. And that's outside. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly what the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
Witt over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground. Nice ground out.
Now the number 2 hitter, Jung-Hoon Lee. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1.
All ones the count.
Center field. Crow Armstrong moves after it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Stowers, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Swing and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting.
That ball was blasted, Boog, and as broadcasters, we can go weeks without seeing a ball hit 115 miles per hour, which is what StatCast tells us there. Man, he really got the bat through the zone and did not get cheated.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And that one in there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Coming home, the relay throw. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time, and they cut down the run to end the inning.
As we go to the top of the 4th. Now it's going to be Pete Crow Armstrong. just missed. A little out front there as he swings through it.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fouls that off to the left and will do it again. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of changeups. Probably won't see another one here.
Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Beats him for the first out, and that completes the strikeout.
Now
So digging in, Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
That misses the zone. 1-1. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Stanton makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, left fielder.
Here's Trout. Reached on an infield single his first time.
As a batter, he's known for performing better in these night games. He might start 2 for 2 in this one.
That's towards center. Lee under it. And that's the 3rd out. Back here at Dyken Park,
Leading
John
off,
Sciambi and Chris
first
Singleton
baseman,
with you.
number
And leading
50.
off the bottom of the 4th, Kang. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
On the ground to 3rd. Bregman to 1st. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So 2 down now. And here is Tommy Edman. Grounded out his first time up. Base hit, left center field. And that extends the inning.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
And the batter will be the shortstop. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Two outs. The shortstop takes the ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Edman leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next offering upstairs. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a bouncer. Turang slings to first, and that will end the inning. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. And he takes a strike. Turang, 25 years old, and he took home the Silver Slugger last year in the American League. Next pitch is outside. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. That's a hit. And they had their first base runner since the second inning.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
And now Bobby Witt Jr. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Check on the runner, and he dives back in safely. The 0-1. Way out front for strike 2.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Runner at first with no outs here. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Outside with a breaking ball. Hit in the air, center field. Lee should have this one. He's there. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder Aaron Judge.
Here comes Aaron Judge. 0 for 2 in this one. And that misses. And it's 1-0. And Judge spoils that one. And a 1-1. And that skips into there.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Sneaks through, base hit. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Number 11 will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
On to pitch out of the
Number
pen here.
47.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. In for a strike, 0-1. And there's a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sliced hard but foul.
Ball 2.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in game 4 of the ALCS. Not close with that one, and now it's 3-2. That's a base hit as a run scores.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. We often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Now it's the DH, Gunnar Henderson, 1 for 2. That's outside, and that's ball 1. Runners at first and second with 1 gone, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one hooked foul. Got him looking for the strikeout. Strike 3 called and a slider at the knees.
Well, caught him looking on that 4th pitch of the at-bat, and I have to think it had something to do with the sequence they threw at him. Kind of bounced back and forth between the outside and inside corners with the previous pitches, and that makes it really tough to cover the whole plate. Just couldn't get a swing off at that pitch on the inside.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Just off the inside edge. Yeah, that's fouled off. 2 aboard, 2 outs. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That's down and in.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or...
Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. One run across. Alonso is waved home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Crow Armstrong, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one. There's the strike. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. This is the American League Championship Series on the show. 4th game of the ALCS. Now the third baseman, Kim.
12.
There's a strike.
You know, this group of hitters just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Now
so the batting order turns over. Next to hit, Jason Dominguez. Single back to the first and scored their only run. He's 1 for 2.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Crow Armstrong sizes this one up, nabs it, 2 down.
Now batting. Center fielder.
Now, Jung-Hoo Lee. Just off the outside edge. Ball 1. That's inside. And another ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And the 3-0 finds the zone. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Stowers in the box again, takes the strike. And that's in for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 6. Here's the third baseman, Alex Bregman. On, back to work. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
Well, these players doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're up to double-digit hits as a team, and if it seems like they haven't been barreling up the ball, you're right. Half of their hits haven't even been considered hard hits.
That one misses, and the count is 1-2.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others, and right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
And you know, bloops and lasers, they both count the same, so we know there's zero complaints about double digits in the hit column, no matter how it happens.
And he gets Bregman, and that's the first out. Here's Mike Trout.
Now batting, left fielder, Mike Trout.
And that drops in for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
The next pitch misses. 1-2 to count.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Base is empty, one away, and we're the top half of the sixth. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Turang in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. And the count is 0-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So they make short work of them there. To the bottom of the 6th inning. The All-Stars out front 6-1. Well, we go bottom 6, and now the right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton. That one ripped, but foul. The 0-1. And a foul ball. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Line drive, base hit. And the postseason success continues for him.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And now the first baseman, Kang. Right through there for a strike. Stanton on at first, nobody out. Not even close there, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Outside low. And that's ball 2. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. The 2-2. On the ground, could be 2. Over to Turang. 1. Over to first, but he beats it.
That's what a good sinker is designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Number 13.
Here's the catcher to hit, Choi. He's grounded out a couple of times. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there. And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman.
There's the strike. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
0-2.
Right side, Turang. Tosses to first. That ends the inning. Back here in Houston, here's the shortstop at the plate, Bobby Witt Jr. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. And that one a little below the knees, and that's ball 1. That one in there across the letters.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now batting, right fielder, Aaron Judge.
Here is Aaron Judge. 1 for 3. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
In there for strike 1. Other thing in this part, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats. And ball 1 to Judge. In the air out towards right center. Lee on his way over. Long run. Nice grab. One away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
So a man aboard, and now Pete Alonso. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side or the fans better look out in the stands.
Swung on, belted. Stant chasing after it. Tries to make the play, but it's foul.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
And that's a fair ball. Whip around second. Throw into third. He's in there.
Now batting is designated.
Brothers in the corners
Gunnar
here.
Henderson.
One away. Next to hit, Gunnar Henderson. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Out.
Kind of a gamble right there. They're trying to stay out of the inning-ending double play possibility, but now 2 outs, and it gets a little tougher to drive in the run from third.
Swinging a foul straight back. Swinging a drive deep right field. That's back. And that one is out of here. He'll touch them all. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch at that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Done for the night, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
Will Vest takes over on the mound.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So 2 down. Here's the catcher, Will Smith. That pitch gets the corner. That's strike one. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in late here in game 4. And it's even up.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Inside,
Ball,
just
inside.
missed. Two down, nobody on. High fly ball out towards left field. Ranging back. And that one is off the wall. He's in with a double, and that's his second double of the night.
Well, patience and discipline paid off
Now
right
back.
there as he got
Second
into an
fielder,
advantage count.
Pete
Put a pretty good
Armstrong.
swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Man at second here with 2 away. Pete Crow Armstrong now at the plate. He's already homered in this game. That's off the mark. Ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in Game 4 of the ALCS. That one pushed to the left and foul. And that's down and away.
2-2 the count.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. Alex Bregman waiting for a turn at the plate. Smith at second with 2 down. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's an 8-run lead.
Now batting, third baseman.
Man at first. Now the third baseman, Alex Bregman. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Lee brings it in, and that is that. So they get 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. The All-Stars on top here, 9-1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The shortstop, number 14.
First pitch, and he just misses. That one missed.
2-0.
Inside. And that's ball 3. And there's the automatic.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk. My partner known for being a touch hack-tastic. All right, you walked 130 times.
Oh my goodness!
In your career,
I can't even believe. I win.
130
when did that
times.
happen?
Yeah.
I don't even seriously. I don't believe that.
Kim up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Activity for the first time in that bullpen down there. Devin Williams, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jason Dominguez.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Logan Webb won't go any further, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
Now pitching,
Devin Williams comes on now.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Digging in, Jason Dominguez. fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down. So one out with two aboard. And now the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. Strike one.
0-1.
Just missed.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Here the bottom of the seventh. Next offering upstairs. There's your strike. 95 of that one.
We got full count.
Swing and a miss. Devin Williams the strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy DePaul tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age. Sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
In the dirt.
Counts 1-0.
Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. There's the strike at the knees. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And that ends the inning. We go to the eighth. Now the left fielder, Mike Trout. And first offering is fouled off. Vest, in his fourth year, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup.
One ball, two strikes.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
The next offering misses. 2-2. Swings and misses. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Well, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Terang, the next to hit, takes outside.
Ball one, no strike.
Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the eighth. Up the middle, it's through for a hit. One down. And now the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. He's turned into one of the best shortstops in the game. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Turang, the base runner at first with one out. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 11-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Will Vest out of the game, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching.
So a young arm coming on
Number
now out of the
53.
pen. Kim. He's into the game with the bases empty. Now it's the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Up and in, and that is ball one. And that one fouled off. Judge waits, and that one is downstairs. 2-1. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Now batting, first baseman.
2 down,
Pete
base is
Alonso.
empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. That one close, ruled the ball. And it's 1-0. Just missed. Hard hit left side. Throws across the diamond, and that takes care of Alonso. And that is the third out of the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. You're watching the American League Championship Series on the show. Back here in Houston, on to the bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton. Right through there for a strike.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
Next offering is downstairs.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Fastball for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
That's out.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got him swinging.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And there's a foul ball.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Next pitch way upstairs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Choi. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. That one off the mark. 1-0. Line drive. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. Safe at second.
Nobody's in there. Safe.
So man aboard. Tommy Edman will hit next. On the ground. And that's just foul. Next offering is fouled back. Man on second, 2 down. In the dirt. Action in the pen down there. Number 26 appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Hader, the power lefty, up as well. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Steven Okert.
Steven Okert.
And now the DH, Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ripped to short. Gets it to first. And a quick out, number 1.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Will Smith.
Drove it off the wall last time. Just missed out on a home run.
Right through there for a strike.
That's a ball.
On the ground, right side. He'll do it himself. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. That one's in there. It's 0-1. 2 down, nobody on. Late here in game 4. Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
One ball.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Number 26.
Now pitching, number 26.
Now it's the shortstop.
Leading things off, the shortstop, number 14.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Kim in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Swing and a pop-up foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And that's a little high. Popped up. Smith in position. Makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jason Dominguez.
So they're down to their final out. Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Jason Dominguez. First offering, and it just misses. Strike 1.
1-1.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit to right, and that should do it. Hauls it in, and that's the ball game.
Well, this was a huge win for this team. Instead of 2-2 in the series, they're comfortably now 3-1. One more win, and they take the series.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
An 11-1 final. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.